Yeah, I mean, I think that a lot of what we do today is informed by the Indonesian market, and we'll continue to do more of that in the future.
Can we have achieving what future applications that will be on path for Case Indonesia or especially for Indonesian user?
We don't like talking about the future, but
Okay.
I promise there's some good things coming. One little thing, we know that people in Indonesia have been asking us for an untagged feature for a long time, and so
Yes.
that's coming in the next release.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, we're calling it mute, but. Two things. It was the #1 request, but we also had a lot of Indonesian users that were creating 2 accounts, and so we thought that it was important to make it easier. So we did a couple of things. We increased the limit to 500. We also created the inner circle feature so that even if you have more friends, you can still have your close friends in your inner circle. So we've been happy with it so far. Well, if you look at the the App Store charts on iOS and Android, we're beating. We're competing. We're in the top 10, in the top 5 most days, and I guess it kind of depends on what metric you think is the most important. By daily usage, we're right up there with them, and our goal is certainly. We try to be focused on being very personal and very high quality. So to us, being the biggest isn't really the thing we're focused on. We just want to be the best. Well, we focus entirely on smartphones right now, so we don't go beyond the smartphone population. So the smartphone population in Indonesia is, around 50 million, we think, at the tops. And really, it's probably, if you don't include BlackBerry, it's somewhere in the 25 to 30 million. And so daily active usage for us, that's pretty high as a percentage of mobile phones. But for us, it's about expanding beyond the mobile phone and possibly doing web experiences and doing things that can expand accessibility of Path to a larger audience that is not just a smartphone user. And so you'll see us do more of that next year. Indonesia is, we don't talk about that, but what I will say is that the reason we're hiring the country manager here is to help us unlock revenue models which are unique to Indonesia. So one of the things that we know is that users use Path and Path messaging to do a lot of commerce transactions, which is very different than the rest of the world, and it's something that we're only just learning. And so having a country manager and a team here to help us inform the product and make it better and define business models that are unique to Indonesia, I think is going to be a really important part of revenue in the future. The idea is that with Path Talk, our big idea for Path Talk is that you should be able to message anything, not just people, but places and things. And so we want people to be able to use Path Talk to interface with their friends and businesses in their life. And so the way that the place messaging feature works today is that you can send a message to any place, whether or not they are using Path or not. And the way we do that is with what we call Path agents. Yeah, and the agents receive the message and then call the business on your behalf, or they use the internet to interface with the business and then get back to you in under 5 minutes. So whether it's you're trying to find a product to buy to get an appointment or something like that, you can use Path Talk to connect with the business. And so it's just the beginning. We're testing it in English-speaking countries right now because our usage is smaller there. And once we refine the product to the point where we're happy with it, then we'll roll it out here.
So it's not going to be launched anytime soon?
No, it'll be launched soon, early next year.
Okay.
So yeah, we're very rapidly bringing it to Indonesia. Okay. So, but right now we're just testing it in English-speaking markets. Yeah, I mean, our focus has been on our premium subscription, and it is growing. You know, this coming year, like I said, we're going to be focusing on commerce a lot more. About 70% of the questions that are asked in our place messaging feature have purchasing intent. And so our goal will be to be closing more transactions, enabling people to buy things, you know, to really transact over messaging. But we'll also be experimenting with giving businesses more of a platform to build out on top of Path. We don't talk about the split, but the you know, I think that comes from just the fact that it's easier to pay for things on iOS than it is on Android. Particularly in emerging markets, Android is very hard to you know, do payments, and you know, so there's still a lot of work to be done there. It's a question of supporting as many phones as possible. It should have improved a lot in the last month. So we've been focusing in the last month on crashes and speed and making Android much more reliable. We spend more time on Android than any other platform because it's about 70% of our usage.
Okay.
And it will be, you know, the challenge with Android is there are so many phones, and supporting every single one of them is very hard. But, you know, like I said, we're really trying to make strides and reduce crashing, speed things up, and there'll be more coming in the next few releases that I think, if it doesn't improve, send me an email and we'll debug your phone specifically.
Okay.